Welcome to today's rant. I wanted to talk about relationships in the context of business. We all have family and friends and whoever we may consider to be an inner circle. And I think most of us would consider these people to be among the most important in our lives. When you become a business owner and begin thinking like one, then you begin to call this list of friends and people you know and acquaintances and colleagues and your inner circle a little bit more. And I think the reason this naturally happens is because just there's a difference in focus. If you have a job, and I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing, for many people a job is actually a really great thing, but you're focused on your schedule. In other words, you get up maybe at 7 a.m., you shower, you get into your car, you drive to work, you start about 8:30 or 9, you get off work at 5, you go home, you have supper, and then you watch Netflix. Or you hang out with friends. Right now, you can't really hang out with friends the way things are. But you kind of have that established routine of this is when I wake up in the morning. This is when I go to bed. This is when I'm at work. And this is basically when I'm at play. When you become an entrepreneur, you really become serious about the thing that you're creating. It's kind of your baby. It's your child. You're raising it. And when you're first getting started, chances are you're not going to get much attention for it. You're not going to get much interest for it. You may not be selling a lot of product. You may have trouble figuring out your lead generation. You really have to hone your skills and raise your game if you have any hopes of succeeding in business. And the more serious you are about your business and your business activity and making money as a business owner and an entrepreneur, because fundamentally you're just putting systems in place in an effort to create a steady revenue stream for you and then just systematize and automate it, you're probably going to be spending less time with people who don't really have that as their core central purpose or mission in life. And that's okay. It's just from the outside looking in, your friends are going to notice you change. Your family's going to notice you change. It might take months. It might take years. You may have changed a long time ago, but it's going to take them a while to catch up, in my observation. So even years down the line, when they finally see that you have a mission, you have a focus, they're really going to begin questioning whether you are the same person, whether you still believe what you used to believe, and why you're changing so much. An important lesson from personal development that I got was that things are always changing. Nothing ever stays the same. That's the one thing we can count on in this world, that things change. And if there's anything that the whole coronavirus thing has brought to light, is that things can change in a moment. So I've certainly changed through the years, and the first thing I want to address is that I'm not evil. I think some people must look at me and think that I'm selfish because I don't always interact with the outside world. I don't spend a lot of time just hanging out, playing video games, watching Netflix, going to the bar every night. I might do these things here and there. I like to enjoy life, and I like to rest when I need to rest and use my spare time in a way that recharges me and recreates me. But that's not my priority in life. In fact, I find work, quote unquote, business to be fun. It's a fun thing for me to do. No wonder I spend so much time doing it. Now, can I admit that perhaps I'm a workaholic? Sure. Derek Sivers admitted that he has always been a workaholic, but I like his mentality. I like the fact that he saw that if he wanted to be the best at what he was going to do, he had to take more of a marathon approach. Just like an Olympian would train and train and train and train to prepare themselves for the competition, he also had to train, shut out distractions, turn off the noise, stop going out on Thursday night for wings and beers with your friends, and focus on what you want to achieve. So yes, through the years, I have changed. That's unmistakable. I am not the same person today as when I first started podcasting. I am not the same person today as when I first started playing guitar. People change. Things change. This is completely normal. But just because I've changed doesn't mean like I'm confused or unclear or don't know what I believe, or even feel the inclination to share what I believe with everyone at every turn. I don't feel the need to evangelize others. That's going to seem weird to some people who are used to evangelizing their every thought, every belief, every single thing they do. They need validation for all of it. All of their thoughts, all of their Instagram pictures, everything they say they need validation for. I do not need validation, and I am not seeking it, and I don't want it. So that's a reminder right there to take a serious look at yourself and understand where that's coming from. Where is that need for the constant validation of every single thing, every little thought you have, everything you say, everything you do has to be validated by someone or something? You don't need that. I recently had an acquaintance, and even acquaintance seems like too strong of a word to use to describe him, because randomly about 2.5 years ago, he started messaging me, and he's from outside the country, and there was no context established. In other words, I have no idea why he was contacting me in the first place, and I don't really understand his intentions or motives in doing that. He recently asked me if I wanted to know his opinion of what he thought about me, and I just outright said no, I'm not interested. Because again, from the outside looking in, the way that I protect my time, my energy, and my schedule is going to seem weird. It's going to seem different. It's going to seem alien. You may not have seen people run their lives this way. Chances are, like him or not, you're aware of Howard Stern. Why is that? It's because he refused to cater to the masses and instead decided to just be himself, his raw, unfiltered thoughts all out there for people to hear and to listen to. And he's gone on record to say that he doesn't want to hear the thoughts of his listeners. He doesn't need feedback. He doesn't want feedback. And in fact, if he were to listen to the feedback and try to please everyone, he would not have the popularity that he has today. Of course, I want to be personable. Of course, I want to be helpful. I want to connect you with the best resources and the best tools possible to help you achieve your goals and dreams. The only reason that I'm able to dedicate myself to any of that work and go into an intense work schedule every single week is because at core, my vision is to help more people, more artists, more creatives just like you. So I know it can be very strange looking in from the outside, but if you saw the mountain of content work that I do every single week, if you saw the piles of emails that pour in from people with various requests that I need to field if I want to keep my business afloat, if you saw the sheer amount of forethought and process and system that goes into everything I do, or for that matter, everything a business owner does in their business, I think you would start to connect the pieces and understand that we don't need everyone's feedback, and the changes that we've gone through as people are not evil, and we're probably still going through changes. I'm still going through changes, and I will continue to go through changes the rest of my life, very likely. And that's what a path of growth looks like. Not everyone is on that path of growth, but they can choose it. It is available to them. It is available to you. But just understand, there is going to be a difference in how someone thinks and how someone approaches life, based on their mission, based on their vision, based on the difference and impact they want to make in the world.